So for the second half of my New Orleans adventure, I thought I'd take a spin through the air conditioning and go look at their aquarium. I love aquariums, I used to work at one, so let's go see what they've got. I bet we might even see some more alligators. Cow-nose rays, one of my favorites. I always think they look like they're smiling underneath. It's a little unusual to see a slipper lobster out in the open like this. It's awfully cute. Usually they like to hide in the rocks a little bit more than that. So they say the scorpion fish are hidden in this habitat, but I see one, and I see two. I think that might be all that's in here, but they're kind of big and they're very rock colored, so they do blend in well, but if you know what you're looking for, you can still find them. This aquarium has a big indoor immersive rainforest. This is super cool. It kind of smells moist in here, and it reminds me very much of Tropic World at Brookfield Zoo where I used to work. I think they might have some free flight birds somewhere in here too.
Okay. Look, it's you! That's it!
It's always such a huge shame when people put coins in the waterways at places like this, because they don't realize that like what you think is a wishing well is actually something that can harm the animals living in that waterway. There have been multiple zoos and aquariums where seals and sea otters and sea lions have actually eaten the coins and gotten sick. The coins have all kinds of germs and dirt on them. So please don't throw coins in open water habitats. It's not nice to the animals. You know, of course, because you know me, that I can't just go to an aquarium and like look at the fish. I'm also listening to the people, and especially the families. There's a lot of families with small children in here today, probably because it's a Sunday in the middle of the summer, and it's really interesting to listen to them and the things they're talking about. I noticed this when I worked in an aquarium, but you literally can't walk up to an exhibit with royal blue tangs and any species of clownfish in it and not hear Nemo, Dory, and I think that's really interesting. I know, you know, some people have told me that I'm sort of ruining movies when I do the science behind the movies videos, but there are some movies that really do a good job of humanizing nature and creating connections with nature for people. So even though royal blue tangs are not all called Dories and clownfish are not all called Nemos, the fact that these people have formed an emotional connection with these species through those characters is really valuable. On the flip side though, it's also really interesting to listen to parents and other adults talk with children when they don't know the answer to a question. it's never wrong to say, I don't know, and then to go look at the signage. The aquariums and zoos are educational facilities, and so they have signage up for a reason. So if you don't know the answer to the kid's question or to your own questions, because adults are allowed to ask questions too, read the signage, because sometimes you hear adults speculate and their speculations are kind of far off or even a little far off, and it's definitely okay to let kids know that you don't know all of the answers, and it's also definitely okay to read the signage so you're not wildly speculating and maybe giving them the wrong answer. That's not to say that I don't think it's incredibly valuable for adults to spend time with their kids in a science education place like this, but reading the signs, that's what they're there for. You don't have to know all the answers. Learn on the journey with your child. So I knew that this white alligator was here before I got here because I looked it up online, and you can see that it's not even entirely white. There's some places on the face where it's still got some of its more natural coloring, and you can see from the eye that this isn't an albino alligator but rather a leucistic alligator, which is still a genetic anomaly, and bright white ones like this would not survive very well out in the wild. They're incredibly rare, probably partially because this coloration makes them very good prey animals when they're young. And you can see it's moving its nictitating membrane right now. Oh no, sorry, that's just a scratch on the glass, just kidding. They do have nictitating membranes, which are kind of like goggles to help keep their eyes from getting gunk in them when they swim, but that was just a scratch on the glass. Upside down jellies. I think they are amazing. So you can see that the oral arms aren't actually being used to catch fish or anything, and they're a little discolored. They've got symbiotic algae living in amongst their cells that photosynthesize and produce food. So that's why they're upside down, is so that the algae in their arms can get to sunlight to photosynthesize. I think they're hilarious. So I confirmed with the interpreter standing by the window that in here there are nurse sharks and there are sandbar sharks. Well, that's what I know them as, but she called them brown sharks. And then also the sort of jaggedy tooth ones over here are sand tiger sharks. Oh, he's going behind the wall. But yeah, so 3 kinds of sharks.